Good afternoon, friends. Well, it's another day in the shop, another day waiting for parts, so I guess I kind of got a bug up my butt to get this DS7 going. Now I know I'm not sure what I'm doing with this, but I've got parts here and they're all together, and I'm thinking it makes sense to put this engine together for the most part. So today I've pulled the engine cases out, I've washed everything up, I've cleaned transmission parts, and I've got a brand new crank assembly, and I've got a whole bunch of new parts that came with this bike, so I'm thinking it makes sense in my mind to put the bottom end of this engine together and see where that takes me next. Now, will I finish this project? I don't know. Maybe I'll ship it on to the next guy, but maybe I'll have it just that much more ready for them to assemble. Anyway, I'm going to get the camera moved around. I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing here so you guys can kind of see the assembly of this engine. All right, so I have my case halves here. I've got my transmission parts here. I have my crank assembly there, and I have my kickstart assembly. I also have some assembly lube. Now, I will admit that this is the first time I've ever worked on one of these. I have gone through the manual, and I've checked kind of everything over and have a good idea of what I'm doing. Hopefully, it all makes sense, and I'm doing it properly. If I'm not, feel free to drop it in the comments below. Like I've said in all my other videos, I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. I'm just kind of going based on what I'm reading, and I think it makes sense. With the bottom side of the engine here, look at, this is the right-hand side of the engine. Here's where your kickstart shaft goes in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lube that up and I'm going to put the assembly in place. All right, looking at my kickstart assembly, obviously it's a ratcheting style assembly, and there's a loop here, and this is for your kickstart spring, which goes on the top half of the engine case. But this portion here, this little loop there, and as far as I understand, this part here, this sticks straight up, and this loop goes into this recess right here. So I'll show you that. If you can see that there. You can see this here. There's a spot right there for that loop to go in. That holds everything in place. So that's all set. Next, we'll work on the second portion of the output shaft, I should say, of gears here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lubricate up some of this stuff here, this little race here on each one of the forks, and there as well, just to kind of lubricate things. We'll get a little bit on the shift drum. The shift drum and everything stayed in place inside the engine. What we'll do is we'll put this in place. All right, with our output gears in place, what I've done is I've rotated the kickstart assembly all the way back around, because obviously it should kick toward the back. So that ear is now up. I've rotated, like I said, all the way down. That way I can create spring tension on this. So that way when I do kick the bike, it will ratchet back into place. So that's all set. Now I'm going to lubricate these valleys here and this shift fork so I can assemble the clutch portion of the transmission. Again, this will just drop in place. All right, as you can see, I have both sets of gears in place and everything's all set up. This thing's ready to shift. Again, my shift shaft was in place, my shift drum was in place, my shift forks were in place. Everything looked good there. And as far as I understand it, the clutch is all good. Everything seems to be in good shape. The only thing I knew that this bike needed was a new crankshaft assembly. So now that I've got this part of the bottom end assembled, I'm going to go ahead and open up my new crankshaft assembly. All right, as you can see, this is a brand new, all set, ready, balanced crankshaft assembly. So I'm going to go ahead and lubricate the bottom end here with some assembly lube before placing that in its proper home. I will go ahead and drop the assembly in place. Everything spins over very nicely. We'll go ahead and continue to lubricate the wheels. So I don't know how long this is going to set for. In my mind, it's nice to have extra lubrication rather than not enough lubrication. Okay, one of the things to keep in mind is the oil seal here. The flat part goes against the race here, against the bearing here, and it's open on this side. That's to allow for this gear to go in place. So we'll go ahead and get that started. And then there's a retaining washer that goes on next. And then there's a nut that goes on the end after that. See, everything rotates around really nicely. We're happy about that. That's good. I'll put a little bit of assembly lube on the gears here just to kind of keep everything, again, lubricated. We'll work that stuff around. All right, with the assembly lube in place, we'll go ahead and we'll rotate the engine over and get all this gear lube to move, or assembly lube to move around. Making everything kind of a sticky mess, but then again, lubricating everything. Now we'll grab our top half of the engine case here, and again, we'll drop a little bit of assembly lube in each one of the channels here. Bought actual Yamaha Yamabond. I'm just going to apply a light coat, and I'll end up smearing this on with my finger just to keep everything together, and this will prevent it from leaking. All right, with our Yamabond in place here, we're going to go ahead and flip this over. We're going to slowly guide this thing down. We're going to move our connecting rods into place here and try to get them through the holes without making a giant mess. All right, with everything tapped in place, we can go ahead and start threading in some of our hardware here. Now, I'll admit I don't know what hardware goes where because I did get this and it was apart when I got it. So a lot of this is going to be figuring it out as I go. And some of these are probably way too short. And I'm not sure if any of these are the right ones. Looks like that one will start. That one will not. All right, looking at the bottom of the engine here, there's a series of studs that are sticking through. They all take a lock washer, so we'll put our lock washers in place first, and then we'll actually start securing this bottom end together. Like I said, I am missing some of the proper hardware that goes on the top side. I will have to source that. I don't have it at all. It didn't come with the bike, so I'm not sure where that's exactly at. But for now, this should get me going in the right direction. All right, I have two studs in the back. I've got these tightened down. I have all the studs on the bottom tightened down. I didn't film that. They're all torqued to spec. Figured that would be kind of a boring thing to watch. The next is going to be the kickstart spring here. We'll wind that around and get it in place. So that should be all set now. Then we'll rotate the engine over and see how it goes. This should spin nicely, and it does. It spins. I don't know if I can spin it properly. I don't want to bash the rods into everything. It does spin around real well. Well, quick and easy one today. I do need to order some more hardware to get these cases buttoned up all the way, and I do need to torque down a couple of bolts here on the flywheel themselves. I do need to buy, or actually get the stator out and get that sorted. I'm not exactly sure what all I need with that. I know there's some parts on there that are used. I know it does have new points plates, and I need to read more on that. I had read on how to assemble the engine here, so we've got the bottom end done. For the cover here, the side cover with the oil injection unit, these flywheels have been built to eliminate that oil injection unit. This is set up for premix, so now that injector won't have to be hooked up anymore. I am going to leave it in there. I'll hook up the lines and I'll do all the things to make it appear that it's in place and it's proper. I don't want anybody to not have it when this bike goes to its next owner, so I want to leave that in place in case somebody wants to have it completely original. Now, next steps for this bike. What am I doing next? I have since ordered a cylinder. Once I have the cylinder in, I'll have to measure the bore, check it all out, and then order the proper pistons. Once I have pistons ordered, then I'll do top end assembly, and I'll go through and see what else I need for this bike. I believe I'm pretty close with the parts that I have. I know that I need to get a rear fender or some sort of a rear cowl and maybe some sort of a, I don't know, British style race bike looking rear end. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on what I want to do there. So I'm thinking through what to do next. Obviously, buttoning this part up and getting this to this stage was of high importance to me today, so I'm glad to be able to do that. And as far as I understand and what I've read in the book, this thing is ready to rock and roll. As soon as I put on my cylinder, my pistons, my head, everything should be pretty much ready to go. I know there's going to be some cleaning involved, some nutting and bolting to do, and checking, of course, torque specs. Well, friends, of course, if you liked the video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you found it helpful, please let me know. If there's questions or comments or concerns with something I've done here, please drop in that comment section below. Again, this is pretty new to me. I did go through and read the manual and check through everything and kind of got a really good idea of what I was doing. And I feel very confident in having this together in this manner and that it's proper. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button. I believe I'm going to finish this bike. I'm not 100% sure. I know I've got 2 shovel heads in the works right now, and I want to continue working on those as well. The 66 is a big priority for me. I want to have that done and want to have that running. The 1979 is kind of a back burner project. That's a chopper that I worked on a long time ago on the channel, and you probably remember that video. That engine is actually for that chopper, so I need to go ahead and button that engine up so I can get back on that bike. The thoughts for the chopper is I want to get it assembled, and I think I'm going to either raffle that bike or I'm going to give it away on the channel yet. I haven't quite decided what I want to do, but my next step, I think, in growing this channel is to do some sort of giveaways, and maybe a bike is one of them. I may do some merch in the fall as well. I do have my Rocky's Chop Shop shirts. I may be giving some of that stuff away, or I have patches and I have a couple other things, so I may do that as well. Let me know what you guys think about that too. Well, friends, that's it for this one. We'll catch you next time.